We got a game. We're doing more testing branch. It is 7:28 Central Standard Time, USA, August 2nd, 2023. For dating and patching purposes. Team 1, ANS, Not So Lone Wolf, Warclops, Goodnut, and Seabot. Team 2, OSP, Puppy from Hell, Sindar, Crow, and it's just Virgil. Everybody's in voice comms. We're doing this out of the Coliseum. And I got a whole bunch of fucking people in the chat right now. We got Chaos, Corbeau, Zombie, Phobin, Mechanaut. They'll all be in and out while we're doing this. Hopefully not too disruptive, but we'll see. Things get pretty chaotic around here. Testing. Very exciting. Been having a good time. The battleship seems to be a little bit overtuned, but we're doing more games and more games and more games and more games to get more information on that front. I especially think we have a lot more new folks out than we had out of the testing games this morning. We had about a 2-hour break in between. It's maybe closer to an hour and a half, and the last serious testing match. And Crow, Puppy, Wolf, I think Seabot are all fresh on the testing branch. I think there's some other folks too. Warclops, also fresh. Virgil's been to a couple. But yeah, that's basically everybody except for Sindar, I think, actually. Yeah, Good Night is also here. My dog is sleeping. Thanks, dear. That's nice, dear. Okay, we dropped down here with Sindar, who has 4 empty 450 bulkers. Basically no DC, basically no buff modules, just ton of front-loaded DACA, and it actually hasn't been working out for him very well on the testing bench, which I think is a good thing. Empty ships are kind of... I have mixed feelings on. It's also got an LRT tug here. Crow's rocking presumably mass drivers? No! Crow has... What the fuck is this? Crow has 450 bulkers with torpedo sidearms. All right. That's something new. We haven't seen that at all. Virgil rocking a container vessel. We also haven't really been seeing any container vessels at the time we've been testing, so that's nice to see. Got a few mines. Got some presumably scout containers. That's what I'm guessing those confounders are. Hotbox's Puppy from Hell doing the objective gaming with the Lyrebird shuttle team that I semi-stole, semi-developed independently of Puppy at the same time. He has it in groups 2, I think. Yeah, I use mine in groups 3, so we have a little bit different habits on that front, but it's cool to see someone else rock the Lyrebird shuttles. Seabot, double Axfords, what the fuck? 250 beam, 450. A little bit of everything, a little something for everyone. A lot of stone walls, a lot of defenders, and bullseyes, of course. Nice, clean 1,500 point Axfords, but I think they're trying to do too much. I don't know what this is intended to fight, other than, well, obviously everything. I don't know what it's intended to be good against. I guess if it gets really close to these bulkers, it can dump the beam on them, but it's going to depend on the buff modules. You have 2 FPAs, 3 FPAs, and doesn't look like any sort of ballistics buffs, which makes sense. You can get mortar beams oftentimes. But, I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. Good Nut, double voxel, fighting voxels, which are already fighting, in fact. It's got, that's just shooting mines and mine containers, and maybe also shooting the shuttles. I don't know if you can see the shuttles, actually. And then a torpedo turret, which, ooh, look at the graphics. The torpedo turret actually has graphics. It's not just a black box. I know we've seen that before, but it's really neat to see. I think it looks cool. And 120 armed sprinters with some defenders on the side. Wolf. Classic Axford. 450s on the front. Hybrid 3s in the back. Bringing a few torpedoes as well. It's also got a, here we are, PLS-1 on the bottom with some soft kill. Nice, nice. And then a couple of... sick. Couple of Ewar Rains, one of which has a masquerade on it. I wish I could see what people were describing their ships as, or disguising their ships as, rather.
I know what it is. He told me.
What is it?
That is an Axford.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. Now it appears he has 2 Axfords. Ooh. Cool. He's also got this little capper scout guy who's just chilling on Alpha for some reason. Warclaps! Rocking the 450 battleship. which seems to be kind of the gun of the day today. He's also max flanked with rebounds. Got a couple defenders around. How's he doing on, okay, ammo over there, ammo over there. RCC. Just the one. Yeah, I don't know about this, Chief. I don't know about a bunch of rebounds with only one rapid cycle cutter, because rebounds are, well, they're kind of bad. I guess it's not going to matter too much. Well, it is going to matter, because he's not going to have rebounds for the, or he's not going to have enough defenders to deal with the containers. That's part of the problem. So we'll see how that goes. He's also got a gun frig and a PD Ewar lock frig. Meantime, those empty 450 ships have been throwing a lot of fire down the field. Do these have any gun plotting centers on them? No, they don't. So that's kind of a colossal problem, because that means they're going to perform poorly against voxels, which we've already seen one ball went out and missed entirely. But that also means they're going to be performing less than good against the new ships, Axfords and Solomons. Well, new ships, I say that, but heavily buffed ships. Axford going in upside down, defenders handling, and flag handling the rockets pretty effectively. Hey, Cass, you want to stream for all the folks who are hanging out in here? Since we have a lot more than I originally anticipated. Thanks, babe.
You got it.
Wow, what happened up here? What happened to you? Aha! Got its reinforced CIC shot out with 450 AP. Yeah, so that's part of the problem with doing the empty bulker thing. It's actually pretty easy to lose them if someone has the good sense to recognize, you know, you have a few too many of those. I'm gonna just AP you. And boink, there goes the reinforced CIC. Next one's having the same thing happen to it. Everything RDC taken out. And the Combat Information Center is going down like a rug. It's down to 23%. The Centaur isn't microing his repairs, so they aren't being focused on the repair front. Getting a lot of 250 fire from the voxels. Speaking of fire that's being eaten, Seabot still going in ass first for some inexplicable reason. He's about to get bonk containered. Bonk. Which is pretty effective against that. And also eating a lot of 450 from Crow. Again, in the booty hole, because... But first, for some reason. Clonk, and there come a bunch of rockets, too. Yeah, this thing is dead. It's deader than dead. You know, it's unfortunate that this keeps happening. We haven't had any decent Axford play yet. I guess Wolf is going to have to save the day on that front, because we've seen a lot of people bring their battleships out and do some crazy, crazy things with them, but I want to see someone use the Axford. The Axford got a buff as well, and I really like the Axford. I think it's a really cool ship. It's easily my favorite ANS vessel. No question. Might be my favorite ship, period. It competes closely with the Bulker, because Bulkers are big and stupid, right? Like, that's why they're fun. It's just, we're a Chicago ship, I stuck a bunch of guns on it. It's really goofy. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, these empty Bulkers are just getting torn to pieces. Because that's what happens. And that's exactly what should be happening. I don't know why Sindar is convinced that these things are beyond OP. They're beyond OP if your opponent doesn't shoot at them. Or Clops, just sort of combat dodging. 50 there.
Somehow that Axford is keeping Delta.
Is it?
It's keeping Delta.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. Well, it is technically still alive. It's all redded out, rockets, containers. All the missiles in the entire galaxy won't bypass the DT on an Axford. Where are these going?
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
Mad shots here. And these containers trying to get some lands on just a little bit of everything, it seems like. It seems like these are being fired all over the place. which you really can't be doing. You gotta be concentrating that stuff. But I guess it's fair. He's under. I think he's under attack. No, he's trying. Okay, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. Trying to support Sindar somewhat. It's not really gonna. Ooh, here we see the Defender light, Axford. It's not even that light on the defenders. It's just angling its defenders in an unfortunate way. Getting containered. Wolf, however, staying strong, moving forward, working with the Voxel team, sharing the PD. Warclops, meanwhile, also sharing PD with his frigate friends. Gonna be able to clean those up, and ANS is just gonna be on a victorious march here up top. Wolf gonna be able to capture Charlie. Clonk, clonk. It's unfortunate that more expensive containers are being spent on this ship that doesn't really need extra containers to be spent on it. TBH.
The enemy
Rockets,
zone
these aren't doing,
combat.
we're seeing those do literally nothing here. Because it's already as busted up as it's gonna get. And then it's gonna explode in a nuclear fire in a moment. Just in general, the OSP team has been making some confusing decisions on their combat line. And Cinder in particular really needs to rework these empty bulkers. Because they're pretty bad. I'm sure they work wonders in pubs. But that does not cut it here. The land of the insane and the unhinged. RPF gonna kill off all the decoys, lickety split, and then Defender's gonna mop up the containers. Don't fire your containers into death blobs, folks. Oh, couple getting through though, and missing. Most unfortunate. I think one land on this range, taking down that reactor. It doesn't have any restores though, so that's kind of a colossal issue. Completely forgot to turn on the music for this one, but fuck it. Here, we'll listen to a little bit of game music. Oh, it's too loud. There we go. Doing a lot of talking today. Doing a lot of talking. I'm kind of at my mentally about at my limit. I've been, going hard for about 9.5 hours, and I've got another like 4 or 5 ahead of me.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we're doing it again tomorrow, and then the next day, and then Saturday.
Do you need help?
Yes, obviously. But I'm so excited
That's good. That's a good thing.
because I guess I can go ahead and be open on this now that it's sort of that changes are actually happening. I was getting to the point where I didn't want to play Nebulous anymore either, and that's
Yeah.
kind of saying something. Considering how much of my spare time I devote to this game and making videos about this game just because I love it so much. It was getting to the point where I'm like, well, why do I can literally predict who's gonna win. To about, I think my final breakdown was 14 successes out of 16 assumptions, predictions.
Yeah.
Just
Lots
on
of
spawn
rockets
in.
missing on these Corvettes.
Yeah, I'm watching it while we're
Anyways,
talking.
continue.
On spawn in with people, like just based on what people bring. You look at
Yeah.
voxels and reigns, and then you look at LNs, and whoever has the most points in the correct hole wins. And I think tuning capitals up helps solve that problem a lot, at least from the ANS perspective.
Yeah. Crow's having trouble with this Axford on Delta, which is not contesting anymore. So it shouldn't really be a problem anymore. But he's still firing on it for some reason.
One defender handling all those containers on Charlie. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
The enemy secured zone Boxer. The enemy secured zone Dagger.
Yeah.
Crow might just be excited to use his torpedoes.
Yeah, I guess so. Then, yeah,
Oh,
he
he's
has
also
a
got a
touch
bunch
suit.
of fucking 100 mils on this thing, too. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, yeah, he's got 100 mils too.
What is
I
this
think he's
build?
got. Does he have grape? He has grape in there. Yeah, he has every shell type for the 100 mil.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
Because he's
it's
got...
triple threat.
Yeah. We got the grape for killing the sprinters, as we're seeing now, and the 100 mil just for popping small ships in general, or anything that gets plasmid by your friends.
Correct.
450 for
AP's
capitals.
AP's on okay against voxels on 100 mil.
Is it?
It is actually. I've killed voxels that way.
Fuck, I've always been
You
so
have to have-
disappointed.
You have to be like overwhelming in terms of the amount of 100 mil you
I
have, though.
see.
I can corroborate. Angle also matters, but I have messed up voxels with T30s on monitors before.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Speaking of 100 mil. Good not having a few issues with his torpedoes.
So the Crow's build is actually inspired by a pub match we had together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were I think we were playing OSP and some pub guy, I don't even remember his name, was doing this double bulker with one bulker with C65s and then torps on the other side, and then the other one had C60s. It was really, we were like, this is cool, we should do this. And then I guess Crow went ahead and built it.
That's pretty fucking awesome. You know, most of the really cool builds that people who like participate in the community are inspired by randos in pubs who actually don't talk to anybody. Like, I'm fucking 100% real on that.
Yeah. Super funny.
Like anytime that you're like, oh wow, what inspired you to make this really weird off-center build? So well, I saw it in a pub match once, and I stole it and then made it good.
Yep. I think these bulkers have been firing HE at this battleship, which is not good.
Yeah, that's exactly what's been happening. And as such, the battleship has lost one rapid DC locker, one rebound, and that's about it.
Crazy.
And look at all these hits. It's harder to see on
Yeah.
Styx, though.
It is.
It's a lot harder to see the blast holes.
Unfortunate. Oh well.
Yep.
I love lean.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Tanner's going out. I have no idea what these are going after. God. Want to play the containers
Yeah, you do?
so much. Yep.
Then do it.
I've just had a
No one's
hankering
stopping
for
you.
containers. Yeah, I kind of need to be like looking at everything to make these testing videos a lot more useful. I played a game earlier, and it's just you can just see so much less.
Alright. Well, you can take a break from the videos. You said you needed a break.
Yeah.
Take a break. Play
I
some
don't know.
container.
I like doing this, and I think it's important that someone is
this.
recording shit.
Yeah.
So I don't think the testers usually record their games, but they do like talk about it in their special chat. But it's nice to have this for, especially for the folks who are in balanced contemplation and maybe can't or won't build teams to play testing games with.
Right.
It's nice for more community-oriented stuff, at least for these minor patches.
The OSP team is ahead on caps.
Yes, they
Seems-
are.
Kind of expected, you know,
It's
with
just
the
puppy.
capitals. Yeah.
It's just puppy, dude. It's what that is.
Lyrebird shuttle moment.
Not even necessarily the Lyrebird shuttles, but just the fact that there's shuttles at all doing what they do.
Sure.
And so, yeah, the ANS is definitely overtonned, and they overcommitted up on Charlie's side for sure. But if you swap out Puppy for Corbeau, like was originally planned, this is probably a very different game.
For sure.
When I was in the lobby, we were talking about team composition. I was literally lamenting the fact, compositionally wise, that I am not a rocket shuttle player because that is what the composition needed.
Yeah, that happens a
you know?
lot. And OSP side of things, for some reason.
Hybrids
The enemy
coming
is
out on his
securing
poker,
zone
one
A.
missing.
So everyone wants to play the big ships.
Oh yeah.
That's why I usually don't play Axfords on ANS, even though I really love them. Usually wind up playing the cap game.
Shame.
Yep. That's the way it be. Another round of containers that are going to get cleaned up by defenders.
Yes.
I'm going to yell at Crow to post his fleet
Zone Atlas.
after this match ends.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
Fucking baller.
His
The enemy is
poker's
securing
under
zone
fire though. Yeah, his launchers are getting taken out.
As everything's getting taken out. I think I'd
CSE's out.
adjust
Oh.
the frame that these are on. Yeah, I
What do you
don't
mean?
I don't like having the command stack in the middle of the boat. I like having it aft.
Yeah. I agree with that. But
The enemy secured
no
zone
reactor, no CIC, his poker's done.
Yep.
Just like that.
But and even though the OSP has basically no direct combat potential anymore, they have all 5 caps and are up 40
Yep.
points because Puppy has
3
just
fleets.
decided
3 fleets.
he's gonna win the game.
Yes, he did.
Guess I have to warn
3
you
fleets
for it.
of capitals will do this.
Yeah, that is an interesting conundrum relative to the change. Is some of the testing branch that everybody's playing capitals, but that's like realistic, I guess, for lack of a better word. It mimics main. This is just what pub matches look like. It's all nothing but capital ship teams.
Happens less often with the fleet, show your fleet button. Yes. still.
Yeah, to a degree. But it's like, oh, one person is playing destroyers. I guess that means everyone else can play Axfords and Sullivans. Guys,
God, no. Destroyers are also capitals.
please. Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah. It's kinda.
Like, in terms of map presence.
Yeah,
it-
maneuverability.
even less
mobility.
map presence, actually.
They have extremely powerful map presence, but less of it, like less area of it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not allowed within like 4.5.
Look at all the bubbles of radar jamming. Sweet. I don't know what you'd call this. It's art. Uh-oh.
Are these them anime titties I keep hearing about?
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Oh! Oh!
Booba.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
Uh-oh, Crow's torpedoes going for chaff.
Yeah, there's been a lot of soft kill in this game. Kind of disappointed in
cool.
everyone for not doing active wake validated. Shame. For shame.
I'm happy about people using
The
chat
enemy is securing zone box.
and
True.
working it and making it work.
Alright, OSP now has absolutely nothing that can contest other than the stupid rocket shuttles. But those are running low on munitions.
The enemy is securing
ANS
zone
is spread
Atlas.
out. Grab
Sprinters
all
be
the
sprinted.
points. We're gonna see.
The enemy secured zone Comet.
Well, that was a game of all time.
No. Just a game
No?
of some time.
A time.
A time. Yeah, 8. This is a game of A time. To be sure.
The enemy secured zone Boxer.
Not to be
It
confused,
wasn't
of
even.
course.
There wasn't even a game. It was just a time.
Yes. This was a clock. Thank you for coming to the clock. I hope you've enjoyed clock testing. I think ANS loses this. I think Puppy does the dance
Yeah.
and just rocks
Puppy
it.
knows his dance. Yeah. Like, if any player on the, I don't know.
Yeah, he's sort of a cap gaming machine, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Poor Virgil's
anyone-
containers. That
Yeah, well-
performed so poorly. This whole game.
Yeah.
He's trying so hard to make him kill anything, and they're just not.
No. Can't, like that accident on Delta just soaked so much.
It really did. Speaking of Axfords on Delta, ethics committee's headed there now. Gonna run into some mines, but this thing's in pretty damn good condition. So I think it's gonna be able to get the cap. Yeah, maybe ADS does win. So these capital ships sit on points. Rocket shuttles can't actually kill them.
Yeah. I do kind of like that dynamic where it's like if ANS wins the fight, they can then spread out their powerful ships, and then that makes it so shuttles can't really contest. That seems cool.
If they win it fast enough. I agree, that is
Yeah.
kind of a neat little thing.
Whereas OSP is, oh, they moved over there. Well, let's just go around, you know? Back cap. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Asymmetric
Just-
faction design is cool and interesting and leads to dynamic gameplay, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
So
No
that
problem.
last Cliff game had a different dynamic. It was ANS that got more of the caps and actually controlled it because OSP just brought basically capital gaming as well.
Yep, that is true.
Funny.
OSP
No
can
autoshots
absolutely
in that
do it. They just have a tendency to do it less.
No armor?
Few lands on this voxel. Not enough though. Yeah, not anywhere near
Rockets.
enough.
Yeah, rockets don't feel that good. Like why don't like there's no change to the rocket or the voxel. Why does this?
I don't know what you're talking about, Chief, but shooting voxels in the nose with rockets has always been kind of bad.
Oh, yeah.
You can knock out the guns, but you're never ever gonna kill it. Get lands there. You need to hit them in midships or in the ass.
Okay.
And just in general, rockets usually don't kill things
The
very
enemy is
effectively. They're
securing
good
zone
for
Atlas.
knocking them out or killing small ships.
The enemy is securing zone
Alright.
Dagger.
I'm more of an ass man when it comes to rockets.
Yeah, me too. because you can get those sweet, juicy reactor crits. And just laugh and laugh and laugh when you just dump 3 shuttles full of rockets into the behind of a Solomon and boom. It's like, yeah, I gave up like 200 points to kill your 3,000 point super ship. Get fucked, idiot. It's very satisfying.
The drive on this container liner's out,
You see that?
so that's gone. Even though it has no missiles, so who really cares?
Wolf's gonna grab Delta. Alpha's gonna be maintained because I don't think Puppy has the ammunition to kill anything else. No, definitely not.
They get around to Bravo they wanted.
Yeah, but no.
The enemy securing
Not with the way
zone
the ships are
active.
spread out. I think metal immunity. Well, I guess it doesn't have any guns. Yeah, probably.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
Uh-oh.
We are contesting zone Atlas.
Any standout games so far today?
Not really.
Okay.
They've been pretty regular matches overall, because people are, you know, testing and experimenting with things they're not necessarily completely familiar with.
Securing zone Atlas.
Right.
And we've also had a lot of newer faces around the Coliseum as well, so they're not as
cool.
used to playing in team games.
Mhm.
So the performance has been a little less than what we've come to expect out of everyone here. But that's fine. People are
Yeah.
learning. That's good. New
That is
people
good.
performing poorly is a good
Love
thing, 'cause
new
it means
faces.
they're learning. Bingo bango. Alright, 4-1 ANS. I think they got it. Assuming they can hold these points.
Yep.
Grilled tissue.
Yep. I got that one.
Yeah,
Long. He
the
said it one time. I'm like, that's good.
torp turrets are don't really work that well.
No.
That's unfortunate. So I don't have any vertical traversal. They just don't fire. Okay, let's take a look at this AR. We got C-Bot doing a whopping 900 damage across his 3,000 points of axe.
Light cruising.
Yeah, those actors had a bad day.
Yeah,
Heavy
they
Cruiser
did.
Gaming. Heavy
They
Cruiser
just
Gaming.
did not want to turn.
Going in ass
C-Bot.
first.
You need reinforced drives if you want to drive tank.
They are reinforced drives.
Oh, they
I
are?
got both of
Why
those
do you
frigates.
die?
No, the
I do this all the
drives.
time.
It was the containers and the rockets from the side that took them out.
Need better
Yeah,
drive
I-
tanking then.
We
Need
were
the dragonfly.
we were timing those, or at least I was trying to time those so the containers and the rocket were getting the same time.
Worked.
Okay, that's actually I dealt more cannon damage than the battleship on my team.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Is
How did that
38,000
happen?
fucking damage in an extra. How expensive is your Axford, Hoss? Is this like 2100?
1900.
That, yeah, around 20.
That is
Some of
confusing
that's
me.
Torp. Some of that's Torps.
Yeah, I have
Well,
a
even if it's-
backpack. I have a backpack.
His
yeah.
gun damage is literally equal to mine.
But the backpack was like kind of shit because like I made the hybrids into insta-stage, but that was a terrible mistake because I tried to use them at not insta-stage distance, so they were on hot launch and then just smash into rocks, which I'm very annoyed about. So I need to turn those back to cold launch because that was not bussing.
Yeah, I'd recommend if you design a missile with an extremely narrow mission profile, you actually use that mission profile.
Okay, look, I haven't played an Axford in a while, alright?
Fair enough.
I think that went well for me for my first container game.
I almost had you, but those fucking torpedoes just didn't
No,
want to work.
I mean you did have me. It's just, you know.
Yeah, it pushed you out of
outside
your little
circumstance.
hidey hole.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah, it was
it
like,
did spell my end in the end.
yeah, the EO decoy pushed us off C. Like, I saw those coming, I was like, oh shit, everyone get out. But we had
actually-
enough jammers to negate the act wake, mostly.
Yeah, so funny thing, I wasn't trying to launch the EO decoys at sea. I was trying to launch my cheap ones, but I misclicked.
Oh.
When the misclick turns out in your favor.
Alright. We're gonna start talking about the match. Of course, God, we have so many people in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 folks in this lobby. Go ahead and throw up a new one. Testing joke here. That was kind of messy at the end. We spent a lot of time just chatting because it was a pretty straightforward game. ANS moved forward, wrecked face. OSP dove to the sides. Well, puppies specifically dove to the sides, kept all the points. But ANS was able to kill the OSP main line fast enough that then they could get on to the points. And Cap, the battleships in the Axford in particular were performing extremely well. And I think in that specific instance, that is a good thing. They were performing exactly how they should have been at long to medium range combat with what is, in my opinion, a few poorly made fleets. Crow's fleet is like an everyman build, and that's a good brawling build. It's not a good long range duelist build. And Sindar's like empty bulkers. No. Don't cut it. They're too easy to snipe. Well, that was really cool to see overall. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a testing match for Dark's Coliseum. Hanging out, having a good time, gaming, testing, having a blast. No one sponsors these, by the way. No one important or anyone who matters is like, hey, can you guys test the game? We just do this because it's fun. It's part of the reason why it's not very scientific, I guess. It's very vibe-based. Testing conversation. And that's fine. I hope these are useful to someone important. And I hope these are useful to unimportant people too. Code device. Lovely. In any case, video's over. Goodbye. See you later. Get out of here. I'll see ya in the next one that I'm going to get started here in like 10 minutes. Oh boy. Bless this ravaged body.